أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نعمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت وباركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Assalamu alaikum ya jama'atul muslimin. All praise is due to Almighty Allah. He, the one we sing for help, the one we ask for forgiveness, and the one we sing for his refuge from the evil of our heart and the evil of the and we sing his help from our bad deeds, our bad intention. Anybody that Almighty Allah have guided to the right place, but nobody can make him to go astray. And anybody that Almighty Allah make to go astray, nobody can guide him to the right place. And I declare that there is no any God that is worthy to worship except Almighty Allah. He is one, and there is no association, that is, there is no partner with him. And I declare that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is the servant of Almighty Allah and also the prophet of the messenger of Almighty Allah. May the peace of Almighty Allah and mercy of Almighty Allah be upon to our noble prophet Muhammad, as Almighty Allah grant his peace and mercy upon to the prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam. In today's video, we shall be taking another interesting topic, and the interesting topic inshallah that we'll be taking today is what we call by Islamic accounting. Inshallah, because Allah, we are going to start with the introduction aspect today. But in the introduction aspect of this Islamic accounting is made up of the we'll try to divide it into three. The first part, we'll be talking about the definition of Islamic accounting and the breaking down of Islamic accounting. That is the meaning of Islamic, the meaning of accounting, and the combination of the two. And the second introduction will be based on what? The history about how Islamic accounting was being brought, was being imparted. And the third will be talking about the evidence higher that back it in the higher that back the Islamic accounting in the Holy Quran, inshallah bi Quratillah. And this three introduction will be in a separate video, inshallah bi Quratillah. Now let's start with the first one, that is the introduction aspect, that is the definition of the meaning of what Islamic accounting is. Now let's look at the meaning of the Islamic accounting. If you can check, well, now before I want us to break it down. So if you break down, you see the meaning, as I said. Now, Islamic, what is the meaning of Islamic? Now, Islamic means what? A religion of what? Peace. The meaning of Islam means what? Peace. That is the one wahid, that is the tawhid, that is the oneness of Almighty Allah. The second one is the obedience of Almighty Allah and the following the commandment of Almighty Allah, and serving Almighty Allah as his what? Servant on the heart. So that's the meaning of Islam, and also the system from associating partner with Almighty Allah. That's the meaning of what? Islam. Now, this Islam now have some principle that was guided with this Islam. The first principle of Islam is that the Islam The first is truthness. Islam talk about what? Truth. One should be saying the truth, and you know that truth is the art of what? Speaking exactly exactly what happened. You should understand, saying the truth everywhere you find yourself. The second is what? Justice. That is the act of not cheating another person. You should be doing equally among people. He talk about justice. The third one, he talk about fear. Everything you do, you should do it in form of fear. You should not do it in form of any favor of any person. And the third one, the fourth one is honesty. Honesty is still talking about what? Truthful. Then the fifth one is talking about integrity and purity, and so on and so forth, as according to the Islamic principle. Now, after we have know what remember Islam, now let's now tell what did you understand by accounting as a whole. There are many definitions by scholars, but I will just, according to my own perspective, I understand that accounting, after the much of research, I see that accounting is what? Is a terminology. See, understand? Is a social science. I mean, is science. I mean, or a art. Because accounting is an art, accounting is a science, accounting is even a social science that deal with it as a process of what? Recording. The type of the keeping recording of your what? Day-to-day transaction. A classifying, analyzing. When you classify everything, you analyze it, you interpret it, and you summarize it. After you summarize it and you interpret it, in a situation that you interpret it through the ratio analysis, in order to determine the one that is the value of the assets, the value of the expenses. You interpret it in order to what? To make the users of that sort of information to make decision with those what? Statements, those financial statements. According to you, you know that if you no interpret this thing, the no accountant, they will no understand what they are trying to say, what they prepare, the financial statement that they prepare. You know that financial statements are usually published for the people to know the capability of the company. So if the financial statement is not interpreted properly, so it will be very difficult to know more about the company. So that's why as an accountant you have to do it. When you record, you analyze, you classify, you summarize, and you have to do interpret it, the financial statement, in order to for the users, everybody that need the users to make a decision. That's according to my own perspective. There are many definitions that talk about the meaning of accounting. So now let's now move to the meaning definition of the combination of Islamic. We have known the meaning of Islamic as a religion of peace, the obedience of Allah, the sustaining from being associated with Almighty Allah, and we have known the principle that guide the meaning. So now let's see, that is Islam deal with truthfulness, justice, fairness, honesty, integrity, and obedience with the commandments of Allah. Now let's now move to the what? The meaning of now Islamic accounting. So there are many perspectives that talk about the meaning of Islamic accounting. I will first define one definition. I will, inshallah, I will try to bring four definitions about Islamic accounting before we round it up. The first definition we have to give is Islamic accounting is defined as a accounting process which provide what? Accurate information, not necessarily limited to what? Financial data, to the stakeholders or shareholders of an entity, which will enable them to ensure that the entity is continuously operating within the boundary of what? Islamic Sharia, and deliver on its what? Social economic objective. So that's the first, according to one scholar, that's what he defined. So according to in order to for me to explain this definition, you see that we have been talking about the meaning of accounting, what this Islamic accounting did with that differentiates it from the other commercial, conventional accounting that we have been talking about, is that all these things that we are being talking about, that is a process of what recording certain appropriate information in a particular place in order to do what with the what order to meet the what the sharia. That is, Islamic accounting is a branch of accounting that deal with the art of recording of financial transaction in order to what to meet what Islamic sharia. That is, what is sharia? Sharia means what? The combination of two things, that is the Quran and the Sunnah Rasul. That is, what is Quran? Quran is the word of Almighty Allah, and the Sunnah is the deed of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the what saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Islam accounting is backed by these two things, and these two things make up what we call Sharia. So anything you are recording must be from the what? From the source of what? Sharia. So that's what the this according to this definition is telling us. Another definition, and you can also uh, see Islamic accounting as a what? As a tool. According to another scholar, he said as a tool which enable Muslims to evaluate their own work and accountability to what? God, to Almighty Allah. That is, when, as you know, that this accounting is a course that deal with, as a Muslim, you have it in mind, you are accounting this world. That is through what? Recording, classifying of other people money. You still account for what? In the year after. So that's according to this perspective of scholars. So another scholars also define Islamic accounting as a what? As a method of what? Recognizing, measuring, and what? Communicating of what? Economic information in confirm with what? Islamic what? Sharia. If you can look at this definition, there was one definition brought by Association of America, Association Accountant of America, America Association of Accountants, that is defined in accounting as what? As a process of what? Recognizing, measuring, communicating of financial, economic data of information in order to permit what? Judgment, economic judgment by the user of those information. So this Islamic accounting, according to one scholar, I also define it as what? Recognizing, the art of recognizing your data, measuring your data, and communicating your economic information in order to confirm with what? The Sharia, that is Islamic law. And I have told you that the Islamic law is made up of two, that is the Quran and the Sunnah Rasul. So that's according to one scholar. So another scholar also, according to him UK, he defines Islamic accounting as what? As the accounting practice that is used what? Accounting Islamic principle. What is Islamic principle? That is justice, truthfulness, and so on and so forth, like integrity, which is derived from the what? Rule of what? Defined as what? Sharia law. So all these rules that we are talking about Islamic is derived from the Quran and the Sunnah Rasul. So Islamic accounting, according to him UK, means the what? Accounting practice used as what? Islamic practice, which are derived from what? Rules defined in the what? Islamic Sharia. So now the last definition we have to give before we stop is that, according to another scholar, he say Islamic accounting is an alternative what? Accounting system which aim to provide what? User with information and can enable them to operate what? Business and organization according to what? Sharia. That is, it defines their own perspective as a what? the system or alternative system that enable the what user to what operate their business in conform what with Sharia. So that's according to the scholar. Now, Alhamdulillah, we are going to stop for today in our video. I will use this video to thank all our viewers and subscribers May Almighty Allah be pleased with you guys. Inshallah, we are going to continue with coming next in our video, that is the introduction part 2, that is deal with the history of Islamic accounting. Inshallah, bi Quratillah, may Almighty Allah make easy. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please endure to do so in order to have more knowledge about what's meant by Islamic accounting. Inshallah, bi Quratillah, may Almighty Allah make this knowledge that we are imparting on each other useful for us. Me that I'm saying it, and those people that are listening to me, may Almighty Allah make it more useful for us. Inshallah, bi Quratillah. I hereby say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.